6. So guys, welcome to another round of PRL Tier 2. We are this week around the Brazilian Bikini Wax Grand Prix. We've only got 15 drivers today, so Q1 will be missed. Obviously, if you can just see on the screen, it is raining, so maybe it might be raining for Q2 as well. Obviously, I am Amos Phoenix, the god of gods. With me, I have got the Scottish Psycho with me, Mr. AMS Andrew.
Hello guys.
So, yep, going into Q2. Still raining, so we know that some people are going to be struggling. Obviously, Parc Fermé is a rule that is off in this league, so you can use a wet setup and then go to the race if it's dry. But a dry setup, but I have had it. So apparently it will be a wet quali with a dry race, so we might see some people in different positions to what we're used to. Obviously some people might be a bit better in the wet, some people than in the dry. Going into this session, just some info. Obviously Struding last week, one of the drivers has picked up a qualifying ban, so that will be Nuka Weiram. So he will be, if you see him disqualified, the reason is because he has got a ban. But we have some drivers going out on track. There's other constant messages go through. The channel is what? Keep the party the same. What's going on? Right, so turn game volume down a bit. Audio. Oh, what would it be in that master?
Let's see who's going to start their flying lap first. Here we are. It will be the wire of the on that is starting this quali lap first. I'm not sure if any of you will see anything because I think Broccoli here is touching the setting. As he now goes down the start finish straight to start his flying lap, breaking wherever the brake marker boards were there, goes down to second gear, he does for that corner, through the centre S's, going round to turn 3, and now he's got the run to turn 4, and he's nearly lost it on the curb on the exit there. Anyway, he's braking at just between the 100 and the 50 metre boards, third gear. Now down towards whatever corner name this is. There's a car that's crashed on track. It's Tuxter, and Tribal getting out of the way there as he now brakes for whatever corner number this is. Through the left-hander here in second gear, gets on the power, and then down towards the right-hander where Hamilton took out forget who it was he took out in real life, going down the left-hander towards what is the final braking zone before the climb up the hill, and he goes in third gear around what is practically the final corner. I know it's not officially the final corner, but you know, anyway, full throttle down towards the finish line. No DRS obviously because it's chucking it down. And it goes across the line and goes P1 provisionally with a 1 minute 20.1, which is then immediately beaten by the tank of the 3735 with a 120.1 as well, which is then immediately beaten by Fudge Boy with a 19.9. Martin then the gauntlet has been laid. 1 minute 18.4, that's over 1.5 seconds quicker. What a lap! Dredd goes second with a 119.6. We've got Lion, he's just on an outlap, so it doesn't really matter about him just now. The wire of the on is going through the final corner, having purple set to 2. Goes up the hill, full throttle, overtake engaged. Try not to lose the rear end there as he goes through the little kink there. And then it goes across the line with a 1 minute 20.0. Okay, what's next? We've got our Fantas on an invalid. Panda crosses the line P2 with a 18.7, so that's closed the gap to Martin quite significantly. Where's Lion, one of the championship hopefuls, in P9 at the moment, starting his flying lap. Goes down towards the first corner in second gear, through the center S's, and he's invalidated. But he's still deciding to carry on with his lap. Don't quite understand why, because he's going to need to save his ERS for another crack at it. There we go. He's now turned it down. That's a good boy, Lion. Anyway, so Shy Guy going up the hill. I'm not sure if he's new or if it's just someone that's changed his game attack compared to the last time I commentated, which I think was Mexico. Going across the finish line, and he goes P8 with a 120.6. Slowest out of all those that have set a lap time so far. Pato Cake is going past a Ferrari of some sort. I think it might have been the Panda that was recently revived. Yeah, going through the infield section, up to the corner, where Hamilton decided it was a good place to wipe someone out in real life. Going round the downhill left-hand corner. Didn't quite take that full throttle for some reason, so that would suggest that he's struggling a bit in these tricky conditions. As he gets off the throttle again, through the gears, and he's had to have a lift there, wow. And he pits, he's bailed out of that one. Lion has just started another flying lap, going down towards turn 4. Obviously, Lion's one of the championship hopefuls. He's currently the championship leader, I believe. Currently holding something point lead over Martin. I can't
15.
remember the exact 15-point lead. There we go. Thank you very much. So yeah, Lion going through the.
I believe as well
infield.
that Lion can seal the constructors this weekend as well.
Yeah, there is that as well.
There's
Yes.
quite a big gap to the Toro Rossos. Obviously, Lion, as you might, if you've seen from previous races, he is basically a lone driver on the grid for Red Bull. He hasn't had a teammate really, so for him to do that would be a big achievement.
Just gone as I've knocked my phone on the floor like an absolute retard. Anyway, Lion goes around the final corner, having purple with the middle sector. On the run up to the line, overtake engaged, and he crosses the line. Only P8. Ow. Okay, yeah, Lion's gonna have to pull something out of his backside here if he wants to make it through to Q3. I mean, there's still 7 minutes left to make it through to Q3, but still, it's not ideal at the moment for him if he wants to be as close to Martin as he physically can be. The last thing he wants is...
Again, though.
Has he got fuel? Yeah, he has, yeah, that's alright then. Anyway, we've got Fanta, who is coming up to the last breaking point. Yeah, he's invalidated at the moment, though, so he's probably going to go again. There we go. Yeah, the map's red on my screen.
Oh, for God's sake, he's doing that glitch on me again.
There. Codemasters disappointing people with their games since 2010, I think, wasn't it? When they got the license.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
there, Andrew. That's the smartest thing you've said all week.
yeah. Well, don't tell me that's the smartest thing I've said all week, because then I won't be able to get my head into my helmet for when I'm driving in Tier 1 tomorrow. Anyway, Fanta goes purple and set to 1. Yeah.
But that's only to P10, so...
That's a good point.
Obviously, it only goes to the driver to actually get through to the next round, so... He's looking like he can get into the top 10. Obviously, we'll see where he goes in the top 10. But there is still 2 other people apart from him who haven't set a lap time. So obviously Nuka with that qualifying, he's going to start at the back. Toopster decided not to take part in qualifying.
No, he binned it going between turns 5 and 6, I think. I saw a car that was part a McLaren that was binned it out there, and it's obviously not tribal because he's in the pits just now. So yeah, anyway, Fanta coming up towards the line now in overtake. It's going to be so weird not being able to use overtake up this hill in the 2020 game. 18.5, yeah,
wow.
Good lap.
Wow, what a lap there by Fanta. Didn't purple sector 2, but he definitely purple sector 1 and sector 3.
Yeah,
so
as he then invalidates the lap again.
I think he's pretty safe on that lap time, to be honest.
Yeah, it should be.
His fuel light flashing.
Yeah, should just be able to come back into the pits. Let's see what Lion's doing.
To the pits.
Goes P5, there we go. That's a bit better from him.
Has an improvement.
Yep.
Jedi does a 121.3.
Yes, he does. That's not quite good enough to make it through. Yeah, he's going through again though. Yeah.
We'll have a look at Pat Cake.
Pat Cake. Yep, 19.8.
So still not good enough to go through.
And there's your invalidation.
There's a Revive Panda. Oh, Revive Panda had a bit of a tail happy moment there, coming out the fast left-hander.
Yep. Zombie Head's currently started a lap. At least I think he started a lap, I might be wrong. Looks like he started a lap, yeah. There we go, and and into the barrier. No, he keeps it out, he just keeps it out. Oh, that was close there from Zombie.
We're going back to Revive Panda. Revive Panda's purple. He's 1.5 tenths up. Purple sector 2. So he's gaining pace. The track's obviously getting better, getting more rubbed in. Doesn't hug the wall, and he was down on his time, so he must have lost it coming out of that last bit. Either that or he had a toe the first time round and he's just lost it all.
Board with Jedi David as he goes through sector 1.
Oh, Raging Lion, no, Raging Lion's going again. He hasn't got much ERS, so he's going to struggle through the lap. Pat Cakes, we'll have a look on board with Pat Cakes in the Renault.
Yep.
I'm
keeping an eye on Jedi for you, because Jedi's just started a lap as well, so...
Pat Cakes is just down on his own delta time. So, he's got a Red Bull right behind him. I think that's Shy Guy, who's on an out lap, so there's nothing to worry about from there. But it's going around the left-hander. It's a tricky left-hander here in the wet. The car just wants to go out. No, that looked like that was going to be a validation, but it wasn't. And then he's going down to shoot round to the left and go back up the hill again. Goes to that corner where, as you mentioned, Lewis Hamilton took out Alexander Albon for his first potential podium.
Jedi improves by 7 tenths, but he was basically out of ERS for the whole run from the final corner to the finish line.
Pat Cakes, as he's coming up to the line, missed the delta time, so I don't know whether it's up or down, but it looks like he's not going to improve. 16, 17, 18, 19, 19.3. He was half a second up, so I was misled there, but yeah, P6 for Pat Cakes. We'll see what Shy Guy can do. Obviously,
Martin improves even further to a 0.2.
Shy Guy, who is a reserve, taking one of the Red Bull seats for today. Probably, if this attendance carries on, probably get a full-time seat for the last race. Obviously, as you lot well know, it's not technically the last race next weekend. It all depends on the championship. If it is still mathematically possible for one of the either Martin or Lion to win it, we will be going back to Australia, the first race of the season, which we missed due to the fact that Codemasters had just brought the game out and it was crap.
Yep. sure what Line's doing. He was applying the throttle and the brakes at the same time on my end.
Oh, he's
at
trying
least.
to get ERS. He's trying to get ERS. That's
Well, applying
way,
the throttle at the same time can end up overheating the engine.
No, if you do it for short periods of time, it replenishes your ERS quicker.
Line just gets out of the way in time for Dread there. Line just starting his lap now. Down towards. Oh, he's ran a bit deep there. Martin is retired. That was in the pits and Line's invalidated, so the Line's not going to be able to improve anymore now.
No, but he should be safe in P5.
It should be.
Zombiehead and Jedi are out.
Say that it's now
so
down to P6.
Yeah, there's only one person who can knock him out. Shy Guy, his teammate.
Fair enough, yeah.
Well, really.
Well, that's he's safe now. Yeah, he's theoretically safe now because he's theoretically safe now because Tribal failed to knock him down because the only way he was getting knocked out is if everyone bumped him down.
P7, that puts Tanky out. Is Tanky going to take?
No, Tanky's on the hot lap. He's half a second up.
Yeah,
Tanky is.
Second. What's Dread? What is
Dread?
Dread's
is currently just half a tenth. Dread's actually just over a tenth up.
So
there you go, Tanky's just knocked Dread out. Dread's going to need all the speed and power he's got at his disposal here.
Dread needs to find less than a tenth to knock his teammate out. He just about gets it. Just gets it.
Yeah.
Knocking his teammate out.
Yeah. Interestingly, he didn't use all of the maximum deployment available to him for the lap, though. He still had about a quarter of a tank left in terms of battery power.
Remember, it is the wet, so it doesn't really deploy as fast as it would in the dry.
Yeah.
But going through into Q3 is ILRT Martin with a Blestrian of 118.2, LR Fanta with an 18.5, Wyron 18.6, Provide Panda 18.7, Freshball 18.8, as long as Tanky with an 18.8, Razor Line with a 19 dead, Shy Guy 19 dead, also along with Tribal with a 19 dead, and then Dread with a 19.2. Your 5 drivers are out, are New Cup and Tuksa, who did set times, Jedi, Zombiehead and Pat O'Cake. So Q3, how wet do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be Andrew drooling over Ava Max wet, or is it going to be Andrew drooling over a burger wet? Oh, it's Andrew drooling over Ava Max wet.
Yeah, it's over Ava Max wet, yeah. Yeah.
So obviously these drivers will probably set a couple of runs on one set, come in and then do one final run. Obviously it also depends on how many inters they actually have.
Yep. Bear in mind though, the inters are quite durable, so...
Yeah, but if you want to get the best time out, then you really want them on lap 2. Lap 1 just to bed him in, lap 2 to give it the full whack of beans.
Yep. Everyone coming out at the same time here.
Yeah, just a bit like the hard tire, they take a couple of laps to get proper heated.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I think, who is the first one out? I believe, who is the first one? Martin. Yeah,
it might be Martin.
On track.
That's Martin.
Followed by Tribal. Shy Guy is the last man to leave the pits. So all 10 drivers on track. looks like Tribal wants to get a little bit of a distant toe. He's sort of pulled off a little bit. Martin come up to the start finish line. Powers down into turn 1. Brakes heavy. Flicks into turn 1. And turns into turn 2. And then the long turn 3. So easy to invalidate your lap in those first few corners. Oh, as you can see the McLaren in the background there having a bit of a wobble. Turn into turn 4, which is then automatically leads straight into turn 5. Might lead to turn 6 and then turn 7, I believe. Then it's the tricky section of sector 2, turn 8, which then swoops down into the long turn 9, which then go back up the hill. Another tricky braking zone, especially in the wet with that camber. The car back end just wants to come out on you because of the camber, and now then powers down the hill. Full throttle, maximum commitment. Back end was a little bit wayward. Run into the near the final corner, powering up the hill using all the power from that Ferrari engine. Sticking it in overtake mode, losing a bit of deployment. Is he going to run out of deployment before the end? He is. But the shortest line possible. Does a 18.3. Toot start. Whoa! Comes with 1:19.1. As Martin goes off track. Panda does an 18.6. Panda does a 19.1. Dread 19.6.
I was just about to say that Martin's only a tenth off of his Q2 time, and then he
19.0.
and then he almost went in the wall.
And Tanky does an 18.9.
What's the Lion got up his sleeve?
Wyron did a 19.4. Lion coming up to the line, runs out of deployment, does an 18.4. So
a lot closer to Martin this time round.
Definitely, he was definitely saving some for Q3 runs.
Yeah. They really do need to increase the wet tyre and intermediate tyre allowances in terms of for race weekends.
Definitely.
I mean, like if in real life, if there's a race weekend and it's wet through every single practice session, every single quali session, then all through the race, they're not going to have enough tyres.
Shy guy was last with a 19.5. Yep. Peeling into the pits.
Rain looks like it's got a little bit lighter, at least from riding on board with Lion it does. Oh, then you go to the spectator cams, like from like, you know, the off-board cameras, and then the rain still looks as heavy as ever.
Yeah. Looks like he's on another lap.
Wyman's on the lap as well because he's still using a lot of ERS. Should I say that? He's just turned it all down now. So yeah, Tanky on board with Tanky. He's only marginally down going through the middle sector, goes up the hill now. Is he going to have enough ERS to deploy without derating? No, it's pitting, okay. Dread's on another hot lap. See what he can do in the Renault. Oh man, so tired. Didn't wake up until like nearly 6 PM. Is he shite that I am? Anyway, Dread going through the middle sector. making it really easy here. Probably on an in lap actually, and he's just going to come into the pits at the end of it. I've got a yellow flag, that is wire on. Red goes apparently. Okay, so that was a push lap. Okay, so he's half a second up. Now goes up the hill towards the finish line. Overtake engaged. And crosses the line and goes P4. Okay, P4 with a 18.9. Good effort from him. We've got Fanta coming out the pits already. Anyone else coming out the pits? Yep, Martin. Martin leading the charge. All the people coming out of the pits. And now we've got the glitch where the car's revving its tits off. Lovely. We've got Lion coming out the pits now, getting ready. Oh, okay, Tribal's lost a bit of front wing somewhere there, by the looks of that. Martin going down the start-finish straight on the run towards the first corner. There's a Mercedes that has spun out the final corner. Right, on board with Martin. I can't ride on board with him because it's doing the glitch where they just rev the tits out the engine, and I think Martin's already aborted that lap because he's turned everything down again.
Yeah, I'll get that. He hasn't validated.
He's turned the ERS down though, so...
Yeah, he's going to go for another lap afterwards,
yeah.
Probably.
Got that glitch though where his engine's just revving its tits out though.
Fanta looks like he's on a lap. He's slightly down on his sector time. We know Fanta can get into the 18s. He did it in Q2.
Yep. On board with Lion, who's just starting a hot lap.
Yeah, we're still on board with Fanta. He's just going through sector 2 now. We'll see what times he can do. See if he can improve. Coming through the end of sector 2, is he going to be up on his time? He's 10.5 down. Is he going to make any time going into the final sector? Going towards the line. Just kisses the curb nicely on the inside. Looks like he's going to the pits, but he still doesn't take the easiest exit. No, he was still a 10th down, so he's probably going to go again. We've got on board with Lion, as you said, he's going through the sector 2 now. See if he's got any improvements in him.
Still a 10th down at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably going to go again. Yeah, he's only in. There you go, now he's in overtake. The track might be getting a bit worse now. Might be more towards.
Well, he improved by a small amount
improved.
there. Yeah, clawed a little bit back
got enough
there.
fuel to go again. We'll have a look at Martin. Martin is a 10.5 up.
Yeah, but he's got a yellow flag ahead of him. I'm not sure if that's going to affect him at all.
No, he'll probably get a nice
purple sector 2.
He's half a second up now.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, he's half a second up. Man's going to get into the 17s. Man is blistering in the wet, but he's got to try and transfer that into the dry in the race, as you don't win anything for.
And there you go, 17.7.
We'll go on board with Dread. He is starting his lap. I think Fanta's just got up to P4. Yes, he has. He's done an 18.6. So just ahead of Dread.
Panda's not that far behind Lion at the moment either.
No. But we'll stand by. We've got a Ferrari is following Dread here, so it's going to get a slipstream going up to the final.
Apparently Panda's invalid.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well,
The map's doing that glitch again, isn't it?
yeah.
See what Dread can do.
See if Dread is up. Is he going to be up on his time? He's 6 tenths up.
Ooh!
So this
6
is going to put him
tenths
in for
would
the
put
podium.
him. I'll put him in the top 3 easy.
Is he going to gain any more going up towards the line? Obviously the track might be starting to
Fly up a bit.
goes P2
P2.
with an 18.3. Lion's going to stay P3 because he's in the pits. Panda P4. Panda's
4
invalidated.
thousandths of a second between
invalidated.
Dread and Lion there,
Push
man.
boys down. Wyron's half a second up, so Wyron can make some moves as well. Wyron can go up to P6, P7 here.
It's half a second up, yeah, that'll put him comfortably into the 18s. Let's cross the line. P8.
19 dead.
He lost
2 tenths.
he lost 2 tenths out of the
Lost
final
his
corner.
And then Fanta and Tanky are both invalidated. so
Tanky pitting. And just crossing the line. I think he's in low fuel mode. And there we go. Literally nothing separating Lion and Dread there though. 4 thousandths of a second. And like for those of you that don't know how quick 4 thousandths of a second is, it's basically the equivalent of me down in a can of Pepsi.
Till you beat me. As ILRT Martin tops Q3 like he's tops Q2 with a 17.7, getting the pole with LR Dread, who in my mind is a bit of a shock getting a P2, but well done to him, showing that he has still got some pace, beating Raging Lion who's in P3, Revive Panda P4, and I didn't get the rest because I'm too slow.
Mentally or physically?
Both. So, obviously, going into the race, there is literally 2 strats you can do. You can either do medium to hard, medium to softs, or soft to medium. Obviously, the game does show you a shitter, and either tells you to do medium to hards or the 2 stops if you're on the softs. But you can comfortably get a medium to soft or soft to medium in this. It'll just tell you to change your strat halfway through the freaking race. So
The tyre wear's not really an issue around this circuit.
no, if you're starting on the mediums, you'll be pitting round about lap 20, 21. If you're starting on the softs, you'll be pitting round about lap 15, lap 16. Obviously, with the heavy fuel, it usually gives you a bit more tyre wear at the start, but
It'll be interesting to see what strategy everyone picks for their starting tyre, because obviously it was wet throughout qualifying, so everyone gets a free set of tyre choice.
yeah, everyone is on fresh tyres. No one has got a disadvantage really, but we'll see if they remember to change their setups. Obviously, from the wet to the dry.
Postman really needs to hurry up and deliver my hair cutting thing or whatever you call them, because like my hair's now getting so long that my headset can't even sit on my head properly.
That's just too funny.
As soon as it arrives, I'm giving myself a number 2 all over, mate.
Wait, you shit on yourself.
You just had to go there, didn't you?
Quick, someone, Andrew wants someone to shit on his chest. Sorry,
No, my chest hair wouldn't require those sort of hair clippers. It would require head trimmers, those ones there for my chest.
Bollocks.
No, honestly, mate.
Just get you some of that Veet hair removal and it'll all just fall out. like it has done on the top of your head?
That does not hurt whatsoever, because if you look in the right places on YouTube, you'll see a video of me getting my legs back, and I don't even flinch. It was for charity, I should point out, before anyone starts taking the piss out of the fact that I got my legs waxed. Oh dear.
Who's Lobbyos? Is it Panda? He just needs to
yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, I did a charity leg backs at my old job, so yeah. And Tuxter's read it up. Tuxter was the first one there. So that'll be a quali ban for him then next race, isn't it?
It is indeed.
If one of the stewards are watching this, can you put that into the stewards stuff on the Discord, please, just before we all forget? Alright, let's see what tyres everyone's fitted. Top 6 on mediums, the rest on softs.
Wow.
Interesting. I'll tell you, I'm going to miss my OP starts when the new game comes out.
Alright, I'll be back in a second.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to miss my OP starts when the new game comes out, but at the same time, it's probably a good thing that they're taking it away from me, because, yeah, it needed nerfing. It just needed nerfing, so... So, Martin on pole position, in the prime position to try and close the gap on Lion in the standings. I believe Phoenix Firebird in the commentary box said that the gap is 15 points, where if the race was to finish like this, that gap would become 5 points, because Martin would take 10 points out of Lion, give or take a point for fastest lap, obviously. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this race folds out. We've got the top 6 on the mediums, the rest are on softs. Those that are on softs should theoretically get a better launch. But then, even if you're on tyres, it's not going to make much difference if you're like me and have mastered the art of the OP start.
No, you've mastered the art of using all the assists. You cheeky fuck. There's no art to it, you just use the assists.
All I do is mash the throttle and then release the clutch at the right time while using it, or I should say exploiting medium traction. That's what I'm doing. Anyway,
and automatic gears.
Yeah, but I'll do the braking myself, unlike some people that we could mention.
5 lights, and they're off. Looks like Martin's had a better getaway. Dread's not had the greatest. He's going to have Rage and Lion go around his outside, which then goes into the next one. So looks like Dread. Oh, Dread's keeping it though to Lion.
Lion goes around the outside, and
Jedi's retired. Oh
okay,
God, there's actual clusterfuck rods at the back.
Yes, Shy Guy has received a penalty already. 5 seconds for a severe incident, and that is a safety car. And Lion is, well, he's already done one part of what he needed to do for this race, and that was get past Red. Now he's just got to try and overtake. What's his name again? I mean, it's on my screen, you fucking idiot, Andrew. Martin, that's the one. Guess you're not the only one that's mentally slow.
Tanky's had a bad start.
Yes, he has.
Tanky has lost 7 positions. Shy Guy's lost 4. Jedi is out again. He had the same incident last week where he got took out before turn 1. So it's happened to him again. He's not going to be happy about that. Obviously, we didn't see what happened, so we can't make a comment on whether it was.
Yeah. You know what, though? You see how the safety car just parked just before turn 4.
As Zombie Head goes into the pits. Oh God, Tanky.
Oh,
it's hit Nuka.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
But you see how the safety car was just like basically parked before turn 4, and then everyone moans because the safety car takes forever to pull away. Why doesn't the safety car just engage launch control and then just absolutely floor it? I mean, at least that way, if the safety car engaged launch control to pull away, you wouldn't have folk moaning at how slow it is. They really do need to update the safety car model on the next game as well, because for the past 2 years in real life they've been using an AMG GTR, but on the game they've still been using the old GTS. Well, I'm a petrol head at heart, ain't I? So, you know.
You're a knucklehead. There's a difference.
I'll probably say on both, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, it's pretty obvious just looking at the front of the thing, because the grille is all wrong for a starter for it to be like the real life safety car. That's before you even look at the back and notice that the exhausts aren't in the centre of the rear bumper instead of on the outside edges, you know?
As I said, knucklehead. Oh, Toots has now rejoined. Obviously, a couple of disconnected and then restarted. Just waiting for these bottom 3 guys to catch up. Hopefully, it'll go after the next lap. After this lap, they should have time.
Oh, and Wyman gets
that's a 5 second for seeding. That'll be at turn 2.
Oh. Well, look, I got the map glitch this time because it wasn't showing the yellow flags for the whole map while the safety car was deployed.
Got it on mine.
There we go. Well, I fixed it now anyway, so it's got the yellow flags.
Come in and has gone onto the hard, so he's going to be hoping to go to the end with those.
Yeah, so is Tanky.
Or wait for a last minute safety car.
Yeah, one or the other.
You never know with this game. It's been giving out safety cars for no absolute reason at all. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even give out a bloody safety car.
Wasn't there a
BSC,
safety
like,
car
what
that
the heck?
came out for literally no reason at some point during a race yesterday of some sort? I can't remember what that race was though.
It was a couple of weeks ago. It was in a different league.
Safety car in this lap as Powder Cakes lags out again.
Yep, so looks like Tanky is just about going to get there. He's still going to have like the little limiter.
Martin's floored it already.
Martin's gone.
Yeah,
He's gone. He's left Raging Lion to dust. He's caught them all out.
He's
That was
just
a great
gone.
restart there by Martin.
Yeah, floored it.
As it looks like Panda. Oh my God!
And Fanta's just hit. I think Fanta's just hit red.
No, Fudge Boy was absolutely yeeted it into the first corner and pushed Panda into someone.
Yeah, I saw Red and lost the rear end on the brake into turn 1.
Oh, Panda, you just totally outbrake yourself and hit Panda there. That's Panda to the back.
Yep.
And Shy Guy as well. Looks like Shy Guy's had a bit of an issue at turn 4. But Raging Lion is caught back up to Martin. As Dread's going wide, it looks like he's going to go plough some fields. Tukes down Pat a Cake. Going side by side, are they? Tukes has finally got a position. Zombie Head and Tribal Dragoon.
Lion is all over Martin here. don't know if Martin's made a mistake or what, but Lion is all over him.
I think Lion's just got the pace at the moment. Yeah,
And there goes your
definitely
fastest
Lion's
lap for Lion.
Yeah, one more lap and then it will be DRS open, as Dredd is being a little bit of a bottleneck at the moment. Holding up. We've got trouble and Zombie. We're trying to go side by side, and
oh boy, and
Zombie
that's
is
a
now
speeding
around.
penalty for Shy Guy.
And he's come on track dangerously as well, so nearly took Luke out.
I can predict that the stewards are going to be quite busy with this race alone.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Love it.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
The Shy Guy's back into the pits.
Martin's doing a good job at harvesting his ERS, so maybe that's why Lion's been able to close up to the back of him.
Yeah, Lion is only on nearly 50%, while Martin is on nearly 80%. So,
I mean, we all know what I say when it comes to, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, speed and power. That's the one.
yeah. Obviously, DRS is going to be enabled this lap, I believe.
It is.
Is it gonna, hasn't come up yet.
There we go.
Oh, Tanky and Patacake. Tanky and Patacake going to turn one side by side. Ooh, Patacake backs out, and that's got Revive Panda right on his backside now. Tanky on those hard tyres. It's going to be a little bit short of being overtook. We've got Fanta on Dread. He's sticking very closely as Revive Panda has gone past Patacake into turn 3, turn 4 shall I say. So he is now got back up to points positions. We'll go on board with the leaders, see if Lion can size off a pass on Martin as they're coming through the final sector.
Okay, it's lagged out again.
So DRS will be open. Is he going? He's not close enough. I don't think he's got the speed. I think Martin has just got the over speed on it.
Now Martin's using overtake where Lion is just using, was using low. So.
Oh, Fanta's lost out to Wyron. Dread managed to defend it, and Fanta's now cut the corner of turn 2. He's let Wyron back pass. Fanta has no ERS left. He really needs to, as Revive Panda now gets up to P8, so he's gone from P10 to P8. Tanky, losing it. First point tribal, just doesn't have the speed. Now it's going to be Wyron on the back of Dread, who's going to be hounding him for that position, while Dread is losing time to these top 2 guys. Panda is still there, still in the DRS. He's just coming out of it now.
Lion and Martin about equal now in terms of ERS.
Yeah. From Starbucks, because it looks like Wyron might be able to make a move. Wyron is a lot closer. He's 3 attempts to Dread.
And Martin just immediately switches to overtake out of the final corner, while Lion just sits around in like the lower modes.
Wyron round the outside. He's got past Dread. He's passed him before the first corner. No, Dread's actually come back at him, but it's not. No, and then Dread's done a switchback. Dread tried to switch back. That would have worked absolute perfect, but he just didn't have the speed coming out of turn 3. But Wyron is on those soft tyres, and Dread is on these mediums. Yeah, the soft tyres are going to start losing a bit of performance with the mediums, then start reeling them in. So if Dread can stay with him, he should be close enough to make an attack, as Fanta is still keeping with these guys. As Panda is 5 seconds off Tribal Dragoon, we'll see if he can make any inroads into that gap to Tribal. As Dread is starting to lose a little bit of time to Wyron, he's starting to lose the DRS. He's still in it at the moment, only just. But if he's not careful, he's going to have Fanta coming up and trying to take that P4 off him. Lion, I think, is just happy sitting behind Martin at the moment.
We saw
Saving
this
the
in
RS.
Mexico, where he was just happy just to sit in his slipstream.
Oh, Dread and Fanta. Dread and Fanta are trying to...
Panda with another fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, it's just took half a second out of Tribal Dragoon on that one lap alone.
Yeah.
As Wyron is keeping a gap. Oh, he's set to 2.
The yellow, that's the
Where's
final
that?
corner.
That's Shy Guy. Shy Guy's lost it. He's not having a great day today. He's still got all his wing. So he's going to
Yeah,
go
weird
again.
place that he dropped it there, to be honest. It was a bit like when Senna dropped it out of that corner in '94.
Nice. Fanta is only 4/10 behind Dread. Is he going to have a better exit? He's lost a little bit of time, but now he's gaining it back. He's in the slipstream. He's got DRS. He's right up behind. He's going to go for the inside as Wyra now puts the fastest lap in. Fanta on the inside. Dread on the out. Fanta goes for the move, but Dread thought about putting his nose in, but he let Fanta have the position in the end. Good move there by Fanta on his LR teammate, but Dread's going to come back at him. Dread going for the inside into turn 4. He's got the move, he's got the speed. He's managed to make it past again.
Oh, but Fanta's coming back at him.
Ooh, Dread's gone very wide. Don't go too wide down here, boys. You will crash. Panda now is only 3 seconds away from Tribal Dragoon, so he is proper motoring. Wyron is now down to 2 seconds. He has gained more time on the top 2. Obviously with those soft tyres, but he will be pitting in the next 10 to 5 laps as Fanta and Dread are going side by side again. These two look like they are going to battle till the end of the race.
Wyron is actually catching up to the top 2 at the moment as well.
Yeah.
It's only 1.5 seconds off Lion.
By the time he catches up, his tyres are going to be half dead. But Dread, DRS, overtake. Has he got the speed to make it into turn 1? I don't think he's got the speed into turn 1, but he might have the speed into turn 4. Oh, he's nearly outbraked himself and nearly hit the back. He got very close. He had to back right out as Fanta now gets a penalty because that was a clear and obvious corner cut. I even knew that before it even came up.
Panda picked up something there as well, I think it just said. Let's see what it was though, because it didn't stay on the screen long.
Dread is happy to sit behind Fanta. Not going to make a move this time. He's probably going to play the end game. As Wyron now is nearly within a second of the top 2. He is now in that second. He is now in DRS. Wyron, who didn't have the best of qualifying, I don't believe. He is up 5 positions. So he was P8 in qualifying. He is now up to P3. Made the most positions out of anyone actually. So Wyron is on a charge. But he is on the soft tyres compared to these guys who are on the mediums.
Yeah, as Dread gets a penalty.
Dread is
see, the
over
bonus though for Wyron is that if it's this close to...
he tried to go for a move on the outside and Fanta didn't let him have as much room as he wanted. But he's right on his gearbox.
Well, the side by side going out and start finish straight.
Oh, Fanta looked like he was going to push him into the pit lane there. But Dread managed to make it past. I can guarantee these two guys are in the party and I can guarantee Fanta is laughing his ass off. Dread going absolutely berserk. Zombie and Tanky are going side by side. Zombie has made
credit where credit's due. At least Pat O'Cake's not giving up on trying to do this race with all the times he's DC'd.
Yeah, well, Pat Gates is going to lose the position to Fudgeboy. There's Fudgeboy. He's passed him.
I mean, a quick point to make here though is that because Wyron is like so close to these two, obviously he's going to have to pit before them to switch over to presumably the mediums. He is going to get quite an undercut on these two before these two bolt for their softs and come back at him later on in the race. So it'll be a case of whether Wyron is going to. Yeah, so it'll be a case of whether Wyron is going to be able to defend against these two later on in the race. Yeah, I'm not going to book Wyron out of a potential win here, at least at the moment.
See, Dread and Fanta fighting that hard. They've managed to let Tribal Dragoon and Panda catch up to them.
Yeah, and
So that
Fanta's
gap
fallen
was
out of
quite
the
a big
DRS
gap.
window. Fanta's fallen out of the DRS.
Oh, I thought Tribal Dragoon was going to go for a move there, but he thought better of it.
Yeah, Fanta's in trouble here now. He's lagging as well, which isn't helping. And that's Tribal Dragoon up in position already. And now he's going to go after Dread. Wyvern is now closer to Lion than what Lion
Yeah,
is
but look how
to
close Lion
Lion.
is. Yeah, but Lion's closer than he has been, so maybe the pressure from Lion is pushing Lion along.
I wouldn't want to
All
be
this
in
time
Lion's
Martin's
position right
sitting-
here because he's got to think about attacking the car in front while defending
I
from the
wouldn't
one
want to be in
behind.
Martin's. I wouldn't want to be in Martin's. He's going to get two people coming to attack him. Wyvern is going to get double slipstream going up to turn 1.
Yeah, well,
And
if
he's on the
Martin is as
faster
good at defending
front
as
side.
I am, then he'll find it relatively easy, to be fair, so...
As Dread is just about keeping a second to Tribal Dragoon. Dragoon is still in that second. He's out of it now. Dragoon goes into the pits.
Yep, that's
That's
him
the first
pitting.
soft runner going in.
But he's going to be taking about 22 laps on those mediums if he
Wyvern,
puts on the
he's
mediums.
making a move. He's going to make a move and turn forward. No, he backs out of it. No, he doesn't. Oh, there was a little
Oh,
gap.
Tribal's gone for the
Very
hards.
quickly.
Tribal's gone for hards.
I told you they wouldn't. I told you they'd go to the normal strategies and they wouldn't actually go for the proper strategy. It's what the game told them to do, so that's what they're doing.
Yeah. He should have been easily able to get a set of mediums to do 22 laps. I mean, like in a different league that I was racing, and I had the potential to take my mediums 30 laps, but then obviously a safety car ruined that for me. I say ruined it, it made things a hell of a lot easier for me, to be fair.
Tanky has caught up to Zombie Head. The two hard runners running together. There's
Bible
Dragoon.
gets 10
Ooh,
seconds
10
for
seconds. Yeah, I think he
Wow.
missed his braking, nearly hit his teammate, and then went off. So
Yeah,
that, if he
if
clips
that's
it,
the
will
case,
probably
that
be
would probably be removed, yeah.
Wyvern, though, he's all over the back of line. He wants that position.
Yeah. Then again, he could be quite content just sitting behind him because, like as I said, he's going to get a massive undercut on these two when he puts the pits for his mediums before the other two come back at him on fresh softs.
Toots is in the pits.
Yep. Now, is he going to obey the pit strategy, or is he going to be a rebel like you and me can be and disobey it? He's been a rebel and he's disobeyed the strategy and put on a set of mediums.
Wyvern is staying out.
Yep. 16 laps on those softs is quite impressive, to be fair.
Pull Fanta and Dread it again.
Oh yeah! Wow, when did Fanta catch
gets
back
the
up
move.
to Dread? Wow,
Well, where's
Must have
Panda's
missed
on?
that.
Panda's lost loads of time.
there he has.
Fanta must have had a mistake. But Dread's going to come back at Fanta though.
Totally missed the fact that Fanta had closed right back up to Dread because before he dropped well but out of the DRS window, and now all of a sudden he's just breezed past him. Too busy focusing on this front battle. Safety car, safety car, safety car,
zombie
safety
head.
car.
Oh, Zombie Head.
Oh, that's a tough question now for Martin and Lion because it might be too early for their softs at the moment.
No, pit. Pit. 3 laps of safety car puts them up to nearly 30
Ooh.
thing.
Oh,
Oh, Lion
oh,
getting
oh.
the pits. Oh, you numpty.
Wow.
Pit.
Tanky's got to drive through for speed and under the safety car.
Fanta's in. He's going to switch onto those soft tyres.
Martin and Dredd may have just made a big mistake. Not Martin and Dredd, I mean Martin and Lion. I'm such a fucking idiot.
All the top 4.
Yeah.
They should have all pitted.
Ow.
Fanta can win this. Warren can win this. They've all just had a free pit stop.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to try and pull a 27 gap. And now they're stuck behind the safety car, so if they come into the pits now, they're going to lose even more positions.
Damn.
I would have pitted straight into those pits.
The issue is, though, is I'm not sure if the softs would actually go the
Lion's
distance.
in. Lion's in.
Lion. Yep.
Dread staying out. And Panda staying out.
Ooh, Lion getting really close to the rear end of Martin there.
Right, back in a sec.
Yeah. That's interesting. Tribal has just split the 2 title contenders. Ho, 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 ho. Wowzers. That makes things interesting. That makes things very interesting.
Panda and Dread are in the pits.
Yeah, but more importantly, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Tribal Dragoon has just split Martin and Lion up.
Right, he is on those hard tyres, so he is going to be...
Yeah, he's going to be a sitting duck, but if he decides to put up a fight, then that is going to allow Martin to scamper away from Lion for a bit. Very interesting this could be, as Panda gets a penalty.
Minutes again.
Yep. Safety car should be in this lap.
Should be.
There you go.
Yeah, safety car is in.
You ready, boys?
Lauren's job to back the field up He's up to him when he wants.
Yeah,
Dread gets a 5
penalty.
second for hitting Fudge. Oh, for God's sake, it's not going well. As Warren has gone, Fanta's gone with him, so has Martin.
Dragon has just been
has-
kept fucking sleeping there, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, Lion can't overtake him yet. Now Lion can. But Lion's going to be overtaken. Ooh, there you go, Lion's
And
gone for the move
it's
to
a
the inside.
hairpin time for him
Ooh,
there.
Martin
as
and
he just-
Fanta.
Yeah, Martin's passed Fanta with relative ease. Oh, I'll say that. Fanta's coming back at him. And now Fanta's ahead. But he's on the outside. Is he going to be able to hold it around the outside of Martin there? He does. And
Oh,
Martin's
Martin's lost it. Martin's gone.
He's out of the race!
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Wow. He got onto the grass and he hit the wall. That was a silly mistake. By the way, I was looking at it by front of the Fanta. Fanta was nowhere near him. He literally just went on the grass. You can see the grass flicking up. Lion was lucky not to be involved with that as well, and everyone else behind. But I'd love to see that from Martin's perspective.
I would like to see that as well. That may very well be game, set, and match for the Tier 2 title right there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else
Warren
to say
sets the
there, man.
fastest lap.
Wow. Yeah. There's a yellow flag towards the back there.
The Tootster coming into the pits.
Yeah. Wow.
Dread is on the back of Tribal. Dread can still get some good points out of this.
Yeah.
Got wing damage though, so he's going to be a bit hampered, but he is obviously on those soft tyres where Tribal and Tanky in front of him are on hards and mediums, so he could potentially still
So I'm
get
going to
a
need to
very
do some
good
maths
result
here
around.
to see what this means for the constructors, because I believe you said that
It'd be
Lion
if it's like
wrapped
this,
it
it'll be
up.
30 points. No, he won't. He'll have to take it. It's 27 points at the end of next round. So still one more round to go. Like, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So the constructors still can't be wrapped up yet either then, okay.
I don't know about constructors.
That's what I was meaning. I said the constructors, not
I think he needs to outscore him by like 11 points or something.
Well, let me see what the gap is. You keep an eye on the race. I'll check the constructors gap. Alright, so if I get the calculator out because I'm crap at maths, so that minus. I've forgotten the number there.
Lion is all over the back of Fanta.
So. And then say Lion was to hypothetically score 15, that would seal the constructors if he finishes where he is now.
Yeah, because Tanky and Fudge Boy's gone into pits and Tanky's P10, so they're only getting 1 point.
Wait, who was second in the constructors anyway? Well, Russell, was it? So it was. I was looking at Alpha for some reason there. Yeah, so yeah, it would basically, if things finish the way they are just now, that's the constructors wrapped up.
Paul Fantley gets another 3-second penalty.
Yep.
Dread's made a move on Tribal. Tribal's gone a bit wide. Dread is cleaning through. It's now down to Panda to try, and Panda's going to go for a switch. He went for the right, now gone for the inside. That was a great little move there by Panda. Showed him the dummy and is powered right past Tribal. But Tribal's going to come back at him into turn 4. Dived it in. Panda's on the outside though. Lets Tribal back through. That has allowed Dread to get away for a little bit. Shy Guy and Pata Cake.
So Tanky in P9, that's 2 points at the moment, so that would bring it to a 47-point lead for Red Bull if things were to finish as they are. 44 is the magic number because obviously fastest lap, you get a 43 for a 1-2 and then 44 if one of you get a fastest lap, so That's another position there for Tanky. That's 8th place is 4 points, correct? Yep, so 49 minus 4.
Lion still can't find a way past Fanta at the moment. He's struggling.
49 minus 4, that's 45. Although, well, that's it. That's Tanky up another position. So
19 laps on soft. Shy Guy did 19 laps.
Wow.
On softs.
Yeah.
No, when he pit in the safety car.
So with that maths just now, that means that if Lion doesn't gain any more positions, then the constructors goes on to Abu Dhabi, as Tanky's in the position they need to take it to the next round. The only way that the constructors will now be wrapped up is if Lion can find a way past Fanta, as Fudge Boy has now retired.
Oh, Fudge Boy's out.
Yep, that's on the run towards turn 4.
Oh, how's he done that?
No idea. It's midway down the straight there. Not sure what's happened now. Not sure if that was maybe a manual retirement, perhaps.
No, he's crashed. He's sideways on. He is crashed. Panda.
Oh, so yeah, it is, yeah.
Panda's making a move on to Dread into turn 1. Panda backed out before turn 1.
Dread gets a penalty.
So
does Tribal.
Yeah. Lion definitely can't find a way past Fanta, and Fanta is actually catching Byron. He's down now to nearly a second. So this is what softs do to mediums. They, at the end of the race, they are just lightning quick. Still 11 laps to go though.
It'll be very interesting to see if Lion can gain any positions off of these two in front of him. If he gains one more position, that's an extra 3 points, which would then mean that Tanky would need P6 to take the constructors on. Abu Dhabi, that is. Lion's just outside the window, I think, for DRS. No, he just got it, I think. Yeah, he just got it.
Yeah, but looks like Fanta is more the one who's attacking than Lion, because Dread and Panda again. Panda trying to show the dummy. He's now going to go run outside. Now switches to the inside. He's done the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing as he did to Tribal.
Oh, there's a bit of contact there, a bit of wheel banging. Dread goes off the circuit and he holds it around the outside. I think at this point Lion's just biding his time again, because he's just like harvesting way more ERS than the other two.
Yeah, I think Fanta's down to 6%. Oh, Byron's only on 20%, so...
Yeah. Lion's in a decent position here in terms of harvesting for ERS. Fanta gets another penalty. You know what I've just realised? I don't recall seeing Lion pick up a single penalty so far. Yeah, he's only got 2 warnings. He's just got 2 warnings. And
what about Byron?
I'll check Byron in a sec. He's got a 5-second penalty, although I believe he served that in the pits because it was when he was on softs, and apart from that, just 1 warning.
So yeah, so Byron can still win this thing.
Yeah.
Dread and Panda are still fighting at it, but we'll stick with the Fanta and Byron because it looks like Fanta's got more speed than Byron at the moment. Oh, Luca and Pat Cake. Look at that battle at the back. Luca, Pat Cake.
Yep. Oh, Fanta is a lot closer to Wyvern this time around.
Still no DRS though. Still not ERS, so he's still on 5%. He really needs to.
Yeah, he's derating massively though.
Tries to.
Oh, that's a blatant corner cut Fanta there. What the?
What is he doing? Panda's managed to get past Dread now into turn 1. Old Tribal Dragoon is still sticking with these guys.
If Wyvern sticks behind Tookster here, then he's going to end up picking up a DRS along the main straight. No, Tookster gets out the way, so...
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Lion is now caught back up to the top 2.
Yep. And with way more ERS at his disposal.
Yeah, he was on saving mode, wasn't he?
Yeah. Surely Fanta's got him this time.
No, Fanta just doesn't have the ERS.
No, but
to
neither
get
does
it over the
Wyvern.
line.
They're both
yeah.
derating massively.
That's why Lion has managed to catch right up.
Yeah.
Panda gets another 3-second penalty.
Yep.
Staying forward to the top 3.
Yeah. This is a good battle between the top 3 here. We've got Fanta, who is going to at least lose the position to Lion with the amount of penalties he's got. But like between Wyvern and Lion, it's a dead heat at the moment unless one of them gets a penalty.
Yeah.
Wyvern's in trouble here. He's only got 18%, where Fanta's got 30%. Lion gets a penalty!
Oh no.
Now he's going to have to
get
pass Wyvern.
Fanta on the outside.
Yeah, that's him ahead now because he'd done a better job at harvesting than Wyvern. Although Wyvern sends it up the inside and hangs it around the outside of 2. And Fanta's going to have DRS here, I mean. They're both derating massively. Wyvern is literally out of ERS. He hits 0% there before the braking zone. He hangs it around the outside, Fanta does, around the outside of Wyvern, and that is him into the lead, although he's now got to bolt for it because he's got way more penalties than both of the 2 behind him. Tanky with another penalty. Lion has nearly got a full tank of ERS at his disposal. Shy Guy gets a penalty. Wyvern and Fanta are both going to be derating here, which is going to give Lion a shot, but Lion's not using the ERS to its full potential here yet. Yet being the key word. I mean, he's got 5 laps to pick his moment. And it looks like he's going for it on Wyvern here. Doesn't quite have the straight line speed though, so I think Wyvern's managed to recover enough ERS to avoid derating down the straight. And Lion decides just to tuck back in behind Wyvern. With Tanky where he is just now, if Lion ends up P2 or P1, that's the constructor's signed, sealed and delivered. Wyvern are now starting to harvest a lot more energy from their ERS than what they were before. And not so much though, because it's already back into the single digits. Wyvern down to 16%, where Lion has about 60%. So he's still doing a way better job with the harvesting. As Fanta picks up another time penalty. He's going to have to watch himself here, otherwise he's going to end up getting passed by Panda at the end of the race. As Lion just... Yeah, Lion's just still so happy just to sit behind these 2 and see what happens.
Yeah, I think he's playing the long run, isn't he? He knows that his competitor is out of the race. He doesn't need to win the race, because even if he wins the race, he still can't win the championship.
But if he gets P2 from Fanta's penalties,
no
though, if he gets P2 from Fanta's penalties, unless Tanky gains any more places, that's the constructor's signed, sealed and delivered. If my maths is correct, but I wouldn't be too sure on my maths being correct, because I failed maths epically at school.
So well, Fanta's going to get a DRS off the lapped car of Pat.
Yeah, we'll do, yeah. That might just save his bait from there, mate. Lion is still happy just to sit back, see what happens.
I think no matter what happens, these three are going to be our top three, just locked in the correct order they are right now.
Yeah, it depends if Panda can get within the Fanta's. Yeah, but I think Fanta's got more.
Yes, I know, but he's got 16 seconds. Even if Panda has, say, 6 seconds, and Panda only has 12 seconds, he's still going to be ahead by 5 or 6 seconds. It's a lot for Panda to try and catch up.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a yellow flag, and Lion sends it up the inside.
Yep, he's had enough of waiting behind Wyman now. He's got way more EOS than the guys in front of him.
I think he's realised that he can win this race if he can pull away by 3 seconds on Wyman.
Yeah, because at the moment, Fanta is pulling away from Wyman, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, Wyman went for a move, and it was...
He's going to have wing damage there, surely. And he does indeed. Right end plate has gone. That is just going to help Lion a great deal if he can just defend going into this corner. He's just got to hold Wyman off now for this corner, and that's him potentially going to easily pull out those 3 seconds that he needs.
He still needs to get past Fanta, because Fanta is going to be...
Yeah, but Lion's only got 1 penalty where Fanta's got like a metric fuck ton.
Yes, I know, but he still needs a 3 second gap to Wyron. So at the moment, if he doesn't get past Fanta, he still can't get away from Wyron.
Yeah, but bear in mind, Wyron has now got wing damage, which is going to hamper him all through the middle sector. So he's going to drop it's going to drop outside the DRS window here, I think. You look, if you can't get on the power early, yeah, I think it's just within the window, yeah. Just within the window for the DRS, just. It'll be interesting. I mean, yeah, we'll have DRS here, but by the end of this lap, I severely doubt that Wyman is going to have any DRS available to him. He's going to have to drive the middle sector of his life here if he wants to jump Lion. That DRS is the only thing that's keeping Wyman within the window for DRS off of Lion. So got that long left-hander, and Lion has a look up the inside of Fanta there. I'm not sure if Lion will have picked up any damage from that. It doesn't appear so.
I think Wyron's out of DRS now, though.
Yeah, it's going to be, surely. No, it's just within it, I think. Yeah, it's just... Oh, I'm not sure. Just. Wow. And Lion now makes his move into turn 1 on the final lap. And Wyman is now out of that DRS window. Lion just needs to bolt for it now. Lion just needs to absolutely nail this final lap and he'll win the race quite comfortably.
He's got 1.6, 1.5 second gap.
1.6 seconds now. It'll be those long sweeping corners that are going to like potentially cost Wyvern the race here.
Yep. Nearly 1.8.
Yep.
1.8.
1.9. 2 seconds. .1. I think Wyvern's just managed to hold it here. Oh, this is going to be tight. Anyway, Lion's going to cross the track P1 on track, but will he lose out to Wyvern across the line? Lion has ran out of ERS and takes the potential win, but Wyvern jumps in by 6/10 of a second. But still, I believe that is the constructors wrapped up now for, for Red Bull.
As Panda does a good recovery, gets P4.
Yeah, Panda, yeah, P4. Red,
P5.
P5.
Stays P6.
Gonna do some maths here. Gap was 49 before the race. Add 18 for Lions points.
Tanky goes P6 ahead of Tribal Dragoon.
What's P6? That's 8 points in it. Yeah, so -8. Yeah, that's the constructors wrapped up. That is the constructors sealed. That's the constructors.
P11.
Constructors have now been crowned as Red Bull Racing.
Shall go P8 and Tootster P11.
How many penalties must have the guy that crossed? I can't remember who it was that crossed the line in 6 had for the Tanky to jump him, because Tanky was like 30 seconds behind or something. So yeah, that's your race results there, ladies and gentlemen. Wyvern just holds on to take the win from Lion by 6/10 of a second due to Lion's 3-second penalty. Fanta holds on to P3 despite gaining a lot of penalties himself. Panda P4, Dread P5, Tanky P6, Tribal Dragoon P7, Shy Guy P8, Pato Cake P9, a lap down, Nuka in P10, and Tookster P11, and the rest of them are DNS, or Fudgeboy, Martin, Zombie Head, and Jedi David. Yeah, that is now the Constructors' title signed, sealed and delivered by Red Bull Racing. Most likely probably the single hands of Lion himself, as he's not had a teammate for most of the season. And also Lion, if I am correct in the maths, he was 15 ahead of his title rival Martin. Martin scores nothing. Lion scores 18, so that is 33 points going into Abu Dhabi that Lion leads by. I have not actually invited anyone yet because I am a pleb.
I'll do it now. Wait a sec. If I invite him, can you talk to them?
Yeah.
I need to go and sort if you can hear my children.
Yeah, just like slap them or something, mate. Just slap them. Righty-o, please include your audio if you haven't already. And I'll be doing the interviews myself today because Dan needs to go and smack his kids because they're being naughty or something, I don't know. Anyway, we'll start with P3 on the podium. Fanta, how do you feel your race went today?
It was quite an interesting one. Qualifying all being wet in Q2 and Q3 that we actually completed. But then halfway through the race, my batteries died. So I spent like 2 or 3 laps battling to try and find batteries. I was doing off-track battling. But in the end found some, and then I think the safety car kind of helped. And then just kind of tried to catch up to Wyron and lose Lion, but I think Wyron being on the mediums had the slightly better grip towards the start of the safety car release, and then me and Scott started to pull away from him on our softs, but then they started to wear down, and I unfortunately lost it to Lion, but then due to penalties as well, I dropped to third.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, next race is potentially the season finale, depending on how the championship looks after Abu Dhabi. Are you looking forward to Abu Dhabi? Are you got any pace there, or?
Not really raced around there, to be honest. I think I've done a couple races and I seemed fairly quick going up against slightly faster guys, but I guess you can't really tell until you go into qualifying and get into the race, really.
Okay, well, good luck for the next race. On to our P2 man, who has basically wrapped up the Constructors' Championship with that P2. As it's now, I believe if the calculator was correct, I think it's like 55 points ahead of P2 in the Constructors. So, yeah, congratulations on the Constructors title there, Lion. How do you feel the race went today?
Thank you for the well done. And yeah, race was alright. Kind of, I know I can't risk it with Martin being 18 points behind me coming into this race. So I just played it safe. So yeah, just signed his DRS for a while, and then that safety car came out, and then we both were kind of like, what do we do for tyres, because we knew we were lap 21, we were going to get jumped big time. Obviously missed the pit window, or pit lane when the safety car came out, so yeah, we kind of pitted on the safety car. Lost a few places, and Panda and Red pitted in, so again, a few places back. But yeah, race was alright, good battle with, well, staying with Wyron and Fanta, hoping for scraps if anything went bad, but nothing did, so yeah, I kind of had to force my way through. I'm assuming the drivers in front didn't expect me to overtake them when I did. But yeah, it was a good race. Bigger gap on the Martin now, so a bit more breathing space into the Abu Dhabi now.
Okay, going into Abu Dhabi, I believe if the calculator was correct, but I'm not going to be too sure on that, because Phoenix here said the gap was 15 points before this race, but you're saying it's 18, so the calculator
is 18 points. It should be 18
so the calculator's automatically wrong, so I'll have to add 3 points on to what the calculator came up with.
I believe it was 37
so that's 36,
when I did. 36, plus the fastest lap, which is 37.
Oh yeah, you got the fastest lap,
So
didn't you?
it'd be 37.
So that's 37. So yeah, basically 37 points going into Abu Dhabi. Are you confident that you can keep that points gap above 26 points off by the time the checkered flag falls in Abu Dhabi, so that you don't have to go to Australia?
Yeah, my setup and stuff, I drive pretty well around Abu Dhabi. Confident, I should be able to get the points in front. But the only real way Martin will go back to Australia if either tail will race and he wins it. So it's pretty much just risk it all for the last round.
Yeah. So yeah, good luck going into Abu Dhabi, obviously. Because, I'm guessing you want to end the title fight there and then. And that brings us on to the race winner, Mr. Wyron. How do you feel your race went today?
Slightly lucky, to be honest, because I started on the softs and everyone started on the mediums. The safety car was well timed. I was going to pit on the next lap, and the safety car put me into the lead after the rest of the drivers pitted. I had a good run off after the safety car restart. Due to Lion and Fanta being on softs, they managed to overtake me. Some in the most unexpected places. I didn't expect Lion to overtake me on that turn. I won during 4 penalties. I feel like I was clean enough to not get any. Although I did get a 5-second time penalty during the start. Overall, good race. And I enjoyed it.
Okay, and obviously Abu Dhabi next. Do you feel like you have the pace to get a good result there?
Yes. I've got no place in the championship, so I'm just going to push as hard as I possibly can.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any more questions. Join us tomorrow for another drunk commentary, hopefully by Sarah and Tribal Dragoon. It depends if Sarah's feeling better, because I think she's had a cold or something over this past day or so. So not sure if she'll be commentating, but if she is, then you can bet your ass it will be a drunk commentary. Obviously, at Brazil again tomorrow for Tier 1, where the title fight is obviously hotting up because I believe Criticisly has dropped mathematically out of it. So now I believe the 6-way fight is a 5-way fight, but I might be wrong there. I haven't actually looked at the standings. Join us tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow. And now we've just got to wait for Dan to end the stream, which he probably won't do because his